Namo good morning. Thanks for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I'm determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I'm determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. For our Dharma lesson, we've been reading Ajahn Chah's book, Everything is Teaching Us, and this morning we're beginning a section of questions and answers from a talk on the Monastery of Confusion. Question. When the mind isn't thinking much, but is in a sort of dark and dull state, is there something we should do to brighten it, or should we just sit with it? Answer. Is this all the time, or when you're sitting in meditation? What exactly is the darkness like? Is it a lack of wisdom? Question. When I sit to meditate, I don't get drowsy, but my mind feels dark, sort of tense or opaque. Answer. So you would like to make your mind wise, right? Change your posture and do a lot of walking meditation. That's one thing to do. You can walk for 3 hours at a time until you're really tired. Question. I do walking meditation a couple of hours a day, and I usually have a lot of thinking when I do it. But what really concerns me is this dark state when I sit. Should I just try to be aware of it and let go? Or is there some means I should use to counter it? Answer. I think maybe your postures aren't balanced. When you walk, you have a lot of thinking, so you should do a lot of discursive contemplation. Then the mind can retreat from thinking. It won't stick there, but never mind. For now, increase the time you spend on walking meditation. Focus on that. Then, if the mind is wandering, pull it out and do some contemplation, such as, for example, investigation of the body. Have you ever done that continuously, rather than as an occasional reflection? When you experience this dark state, do you suffer over it? Question. I feel frustrated because of my state of mind. I'm not developing samadhi or wisdom. Answer. When you have this condition of mind, the suffering comes about because of not knowing. There is doubt as to why the mind is like this. The important principle in meditation is that whatever occurs, don't be in doubt over it. Doubt only adds to the suffering. If the mind is bright and awake, don't doubt that. It's a condition of mind. If it's dark and dull, don't doubt that. Just continue to practice diligently without getting caught up in reactions to that state. Take note and be aware of your state of mind. Don't have doubts about it. It is just what it is. When you entertain doubts and start grasping at it and giving it meaning, then it is dark. As you practice, these states are things you encounter as you progress along. You needn't have doubts about them. Notice them with awareness and keep letting go. How about sleepiness? Is your sitting more sleepy or awake? No reply. Maybe it's hard to recall if you've been sleepy. If this happens, meditate with your eyes open. Don't close them. Instead, you can focus your gaze on one point, such as the light of a candle. Don't close your eyes. This is one way to remove the hindrance of drowsiness. When you're sitting, you can close your eyes from time to time, and if the mind is clear without drowsiness, you can then continue to sit with your eyes closed. If it's dull and sleepy, open your eyes and focus on one point. It's similar to kasina meditation. Doing this, you can make the mind awake and tranquil. The sleepy mind isn't tranquil. It's obscured by hindrance and it's in darkness. We should talk about sleep also. You can't simply go without sleep. That's the nature of the body. If you're meditating and you get unbearably, utterly sleepy, then let yourself sleep. This is one way to quell the hindrance when it's overwhelming you. Otherwise, you practice along, keeping the eyes open if you have this tendency to get drowsy. Close your eyes after a while and check your state of mind. If it's clear, you can practice with the eyes closed. Then after some time, take a rest. Some people are always fighting against sleep. They force themselves not to sleep, and the result is that when they sit, they are always drifting off to sleep and falling over themselves, sitting in an unaware state. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thanks for joining me today.